Hey everybody, it's Jason with On the Play Games coming out of Charleston. Just want to say thank you to everyone for being a part of the OTPG group and the little community that we have built of Star Wars players, and we are also welcoming in the Magic players now too as well. So just going to continue to support the players and offering options for places to play and nights of the week to be able to play um, Star Wars Unlimited. It's such a great game, and I urge anyone who is into TCGs to give it a shot. Magic, whatever, doesn't matter what you play. This game is really fun. But today is the day. It is the 14th of August, and we are giving away the METALFAB Life Puck. And because we hit 100 subscribers on our YouTube channel, I know it's a small benchmark, but it is a start. We are also going to give away a full play set of the Han Solo foil weekly participation packs. So that's going to be really cool. And I cannot wait to see who wins both the Life Puck and the play set of the Han Solos. But before we get there, I want to take a moment to talk about our weeklies that are happening in the Charleston area that are in association with On the Play Games. We have 3 game shops in the Charleston area that are part of the group. This Friday, tomorrow, is going to be the second weekly Friday night Star Wars held at Final Round. I did touch base with a few players today and yesterday that are be coming out that weren't out last week. So we're going to have a pretty decent turnout. And, Fridays has been a great place for trading card games to be. Magic the Gathering basically cut their teeth on Friday Night Magic, and we're looking forward to cutting the teeth with Friday Night Star Wars. We're going to start about a half hour after the start time for the modern players that play there, and we're going to record at least a match or two just to have some live content from each of the shops to present. And so I really encourage everyone to come out and be a part of that want to get their Friday night Magic Star Wars on. Excuse me. So that's really awesome, and I can't tell you how glad I am to see a shop step into that Friday slot. It was, one of the things I always wanted to see was Star Wars played on Fridays. So it's just awesome. And I encourage everybody to come out. That all these times that you see, starting times, except for the Tuesday at Final Round Game Shop, are soft start times. And what I mean by that is, if you're running a little bit late, just either hit me up with a text or hit me up on, throw it into the Discord, and we will hold up just a little bit for you so you can get out. Because I'll take a quote from Kevin at Animal House. We want to meet the players where they are. And so we want to give the players the experience they need. And if they need a little extra time, we want to do that. We also got players that want to try to get out a little bit earlier. So we're trying to find that sweet spot for everybody. All right. So with that said, Saturdays are going to be at Animal House at roughly 6 p.m. is where we're starting the gathering. Slightly before that would be a good idea. I always try to get there about 30 minutes to an hour earlier than the 6 p.m. time. And we're going to fire roughly sometime after 6 once we have enough players that are around to go ahead and fire. And if there's anybody that needs to ask for us to hold up just a little bit, we're happy to do so, because really we want you guys to have as much opportunities as possible, especially in the next 2 weekends, to prepare for the Goose Creek Planetary Qualifier. And yes, On the Play Games is not discouraging anybody from being a part of that, because every single one of you, the players, and the shops that were been around for the last year worked to bring this to Charleston. And I never thought we'd get it all the way to Charleston. I thought it would land somewhere in the mid-state, Columbia, what have you. But came all the way to Charleston, and that apple is definitely not one we want to let spoil. So, be whatever that may be going on, just remember we all did it. We all had a part to that every time you join an event. So, with that said, Then we go to Sundays. That's going to be Grand Line games at roughly 3 o'clock. If we could get that even earlier, I would love to, because honestly, I don't really want to be pushed up against the 5 o'clocker that's going on at ZG. But, you know, it is what it is. Try to make some room. And, you know, sometimes things just sit on top of each other. Is what happens. But I'd love to make it to where there was like an early event on Sunday and a late event at another place, and players could do both if they wanted to, and have a full day of Star Wars if they wanted to play the game, and earn packs and hit those weekly participation packs and get those Yodas and everything. So that would be really, really cool. But right now we're sitting at a soft 3 p.m. Start time. We've already had at least one fire with an event, and we continue to have players show interest in that Sunday event. So it's only going to go one direction, and that is growth. That's all there is to it. Can't go any further down, so we're just going to grow up. And Grand Line just put out that they are doing their showdown on the 14th of next week. Of next month. Excuse me. So that shows a commitment from the shop right there. So any players that were kind of on the fence, like, you know, what's going to happen if yada, yada, yada. They've got, Kevin's got some binders, even been moving some singles. They're pushing back in. They had to change locations, and during that's just chaotic. And Star Wars did get kind of, you know, dropped to the side. But now they've got their feet locked in on the ground, and they want it back. You know, they want to be back in the spot. And so Sunday at 3 o'clock is where we're going to try to be. Again, soft start time. If you need a little bit of extra time to get there, I have no problem with holding up, because I'm going to be there all day long. I pack a lunch. Let's just put it that way. And then outside the weekends, we have Tuesday at Final Round. Always, they do their best of one. That is just straight out a shootout. It is such a just fast and furious meta when you do best of one. So I do encourage people to go out and check that out, because it's just a different way of playing. And that difference of not having a sideboard and playing a best of one, you build your deck just differently. And so you could see anything get there. As has been shown by quite a few players who have surprised many, many players with some really cool deck builds. Now, with all that said, here's what we all came for, and we're going to be looking at the Life Puck from METALFAB giveaway. That's the first one we're going to do. We're going to do a double randomization, so I'm going to randomize the names once, then randomize the names a second time. The second name that comes up is going to be the one that wins the Life Puck. We'll do the same thing for the Han Solo cards when we get to that. Without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and do our first randomization. So our first name that comes up is Chris Leopard. Chris, that was the first pick. Second randomization is Walter Bingham, 1281. You now are the winner of the Life Puck from METALFAB. So congratulations. I'll be getting with you about an email address, and we will get that over to the owners, Brandon, over at METALFAB, and then they will get in touch with you about getting that Life Puck out to you. So congratulations, Walter Brigman, 1281, making it happen. And thank you for joining our giveaway that we did today. All right. The next item that is coming up for our giveaway is the full play set of the Han Solos. He has his moments, the foil weekly participation promo. This card has crazy potential. More recently, it has dropped off, but it was a $30 card, when it first was released. It's dropped off slightly, but remember, this card does not rotate. So all these cards that aren't rotating, they're going to go back up in value right after that rotation, because we're going to have a much smaller pool of cards to play with. And this card's holding about $15. You can find them for about $10. I think down here You know, $10 right there. Well, actually, really $11. So it's between a $33 and $45 worth of value we're getting ready to give away. So I'm going to go back over to the randomizer. We're going to take out the name here. William, you're still in the drawing. Everybody's name's in here. I just want to make sure to show that real quick. I didn't show it before. But Walter Brigham, you're still in it. We don't remove your name just because you won the life puck. We are going to do the first randomization, and we get Aries 1306, and the second one is Lord Hannock. But I hope I pronounced that right. You now are the proud owner of 3 of the Han Solos. So that is our giveaway. Thank you all so much for being a part of it, just being a part of On the Play Games group. Everything that was accomplished in the last year, we couldn't do without you guys and gals too. I mean, everybody. There's just no way of putting it any other way. It's everything that happened is bigger than me. It's bigger than anyone's shop. And it really is owed to the players. Everybody just every week coming out, signing up through Melee. We know how much of a hassle it is to make a Melee account. And just being there and just every week, man, every week. And, I'm just happy to be a part of bringing things together. And we now have a planetary qualifier sitting in our backyard in Charleston. I'm not going to let that, that apple spoil. It is our sweet little treat, and we earned every bit of it, every single one of us, no matter what. And if you look in the planetary qualifier section on the Discord, the updates, you will see that I still have the shop, Energy Gamers, listed in the 3 leftover planetary qualifiers. I had 4 picked out out of North Carolina, South Carolina. So it's what it is. Come on out and play, do the thing, and everybody that was part of this deserves every bit of getting out there and playing in that planetary qualifier. And it's one of the more inexpensive ones to enter. So is that, and the judge team is phenomenal. I've met every single one of them personally. I know a couple of them better than others, and I met the third judge they're bringing in from North Carolina. He did the planetary qualifier that we just did there at your local game shop, which was run phenomenally. They did a great job at everything. They were doing every round there was a deck check, which is chef's kiss to that. And I just can't say enough about how good of a judge they've got coming down, in addition to Zabata, and Bobby's going to be knocking it out too. He makes great calls, and he's a good judge too. Not going to knock him in all about that. So he deserves his kudos as well. He also is a player that was there every day, every time. I can't tell you how many times it'd be me and Bobby sitting there waiting to see who shows up. That's just what we did, So even though there might be some odds and ends going on, whatever, that's going to blow over. It's going to go away, and we're all going to just continue to have fun. And so now we got 2 winners that have been announced. I'm going to put this video up, and I'm going to share it in the Discord and announce the 2 winners here in just a moment. So with that said, whether it's day or night, wherever you are, may the force be with you, and goodbye.